Hey besties, welcome to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. Join our Facebook group at Crafting Besties Sublimation and Transfer Paper for live tutorials. Also, follow us on Instagram at Crafting Besties 2. We're the owners of Crafting Besties Sublimation Paper. It comes in an array of sizes from 8.5 by 11 to 13 by 19. Don't fret, sometimes we're out of stock. That tends to happen when you're a #1 sublimation paper on the market, right? So subscribe to the website for updates and restock notifications so you can join the Bestie Hive and say it's the ink release for me. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, besties, we're at the computer. We're going to go ahead and print our tumbler off, right? Our tumbler design today will be the Heineken cup. So we're going to go ahead and get our measurements in here, which mine should already be up. Right, it's at 9.4 by 8.35. I'm going to go over to my print settings here. Again, I'm using the Epson 7720. My print settings are, I use color on plain bright white paper. Nothing special for Crafting Besties paper. However, you can choose to use premium presentation matte. Some people do prefer it. I always use plain paper, bright white paper, right? And we're going to be using the 8.5 by 11 size sheet. I'm going to go to my printer settings, go and print to my cassette 1. Again, it is on plain paper, bright white paper, and my quality print is always quality, right? So print quality for me is always quality. I'm going to mirror my image because I don't have it set up to flip, being that if I want to change it later on, I do it at this point here. We're going to go ahead and save those settings, and we're going to go ahead and press print. Now we're going to go ahead, I'm going to grab you guys and take you over to the printer so we can see how that prints out. Here we go. You see, workforce 7720. All right, here we go. Our image has printed. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping our tumbler. Okay, now that we have cut out our image, we're going to go ahead and prep our tumbler. You want to remove the cap. And we're going to wipe it down. I sprayed a mist of alcohol on it, rubbing alcohol. We're going to just wipe that off. Make sure there are no fingerprints or any residue on your tumbler. Okay. You want to make sure when you're taping that you're lining up your seams. You can see that where your seams are. You should have a little bit of an overlap based on the, or depending on the size that you make your tumbler template. So we're just going to make sure that these are lined up. You want to make sure that you are firmly taping it. Our oven is currently heating up to 350. All right. I always tape from the bottom. Again, that is a personal preference, how you start taping. All right, again, pull it firmly, but do not have, you don't want to cause any creases in your design. Right. You're trying to leave out all air pockets so it doesn't cause any ghosting. Once your tumbler is pressed, you're going to go all the way up your tumbler. And I see, if you see me keep readjusting, that's because I want to make sure that there's no air pockets in my taping process. I always make sure I tape right to the very top of the cup, as well as when I do the bottom. Okay guys, we have our shrink wrap over our tumbler. Is you just simply slide it in. I do not use the heat gun or blow dryer method. I allow my shrink wrap to shrink itself once I place it into the convection oven. So let's move these out of the way. Here's our convection oven. This is the Oyster extra large oven, and I'm going to be putting it in on 350 degrees for 6 minutes. You just want to go ahead and place it directly in your oven, standing up. My hole is to the top, or the opening of the cup. And that's going to stay in there for 6 minutes at 350 degrees. I'll take you over to there. Let's see. As you can see, that the shrink wrap is forming to the cup inside of the oven itself. So we'll be back when that comes up for 6 minutes. Okay, besties, our time is almost up. We have about 30 to 40 seconds left. But while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and make sure we have our handy dandy tools, right, that you need in order to use and pull your cup out of the heat press. You're going to need this heat glove. I'm going to be using this handy dandy weeding tool that I have. I no longer use for vinyl to pull our shrink wrap off. I do recommend peeling the shrink wrap while it is hot, as it does tend, when it cools, it tends to stick to the cup. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to go ahead and put our heat glove on, and we're going to remove our cup. Okay, now that we have removed our cup, as you can see, the shrink wrap did form into the entire cup. I did not use a blow dryer or a heat gun to do so. I allowed the shrink wrap to shrink onto the cup inside of the convection oven itself. So we're going to go ahead and remove. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready? There we go. It's the ink release for me. I tore a little piece, y'all. You can see there is no ink left on our Crafting Besties paper. And I don't have my other heat glove, but here's the cup. See, we almost lined it up perfectly. It looks kind of perfect to me, but all right, guys, and this is how you use a convection oven to sublimate your tapered tumblers or your straight tumbler, whatever type of tumbler you have. Again, we use 350 degrees for 6 minutes inside of our convection oven. Be sure to tune in for more tutorials on how we do and use our sublimation paper for Crafting Besties.